everyone, welcome to another speed build. So today's speed build is a base game only house. I have not done one of these in a little bit, so I figured it would be nice to do one. And I made this house with a set of grandparents and their grandchildren in mind. Um, when I get to the grandchildren's bedrooms, I kind of figured they would be twins or at least children around the same age. Um, but I did figure this would be like the grandparents' house first, and I don't know what the situation would be, but then they had to take in their grandchildren. So it's definitely like their home, and maybe they turn their spare bedroom into their grandchildren's room. And the backyard also is not too kid friendly, but a little bit. There is a sand pit, which I'm not sure if it's usable or not because it's not the island living sand, but I still thought it was a cute little thing to throw back there. And then I do put a swing set back there, but that's pretty much it for the children's stuff. I really did want this to come across as the grandparents' house. So right now I'm doing the landscaping. I did use a couple debug items, but it is still just base game. And I do clutter it up quite a bit because I figured, um, although one of the grandparents probably likes gardening because I do end up adding some planters in the backyard, their landscaping is probably just mainly left unkempt because it's just bushes and undergrowth. And I kind of like that idea. And I did what I usually do with the trees and the bushes, and I looked at the surrounding world and just pulled from there. And I don't usually use this square undergrowth because I think it looks rather fake, to be honest, unless you cover the whole area. But I thought in this situation it was fitting, and there really wasn't that much to choose from in this style with only using base games. So I did go ahead and use it here, and then I just cluttered with these, I think it's the Oops-a-Daisy bush or something like that. And I changed my mind on what I was doing right there, as you could see, because I decided I did want to use that, the yellow flower cover. Maybe it's the daisy cover. I'm not really sure what it's called. But yeah, the one I'm putting down here, I thought that would be a better touch for the area that wasn't just the one square wide. And seeing as though this house is probably an older style, when I do the exterior painting, I do keep it a half, or not half and half, but partial brick and partial vinyl because especially in the area I live in right now, a lot of the older homes you can tell that they were sort of added on to at one point. So they'll have an area that is brick and then they'll have an area that is a different kind of siding. Sometimes it's stucco, but I decided to go with vinyl for here, and I added the columns because I figured that was a nice touch for this, and I thought the shape of the house was very true to the look that I was trying to go for. Originally, I was going to do an all brick house, but then I changed my mind, and you could see that when I changed the entryway to the vinyl instead of the brick. Um, but yeah, the color scheme of the house, very simple. Just even the brick, I didn't go with the true red. I went with that almost brownish red brick, and then just the darker wood and white trim for the outside. I like doing that a lot. I've actually been playing a mobile game that has like you do room decorations, and I've been seeing myself using the darker wood tones more and more, which in my real life isn't really something I gravitate to, but I don't know. I've been liking playing with it in games. So yeah. And I used an awning on the front door, which I also never do, but I thought that was a cute little touch, sort of gave it that more um older style home feel. I don't know if that's the right term to use, but yeah, I like how it looked anyhow. And I did a little outdoor seating area. I cut out some of the backyard decoration because I just fiddled around for a little bit, but I do end up giving them a grill and a swing set. And like I said, I put these planter boxes here. And now that I'm watching this over, I forgot to go back in and put terrain paint there, but that's okay. Half the time it deletes itself when I upload it to the gallery anyhow. But now we're on to the inside of the house. I did cut out the recording of the bathrooms because it is a base game house. They're really simple, and you can see them when I'm doing the bedrooms, so not a big deal. But I figured the furniture that's in here would sort of be stuff that they'd either kept from when the grandparents' own children were around, like that chair right there, or maybe they got from friends or just around the neighborhood. People donated stuff. Like I said, I don't know what the situation is with the grandchildren living here, but yeah, so they have a bunk bed because this room is not very big. So they did have different swatches to sort of match their different personalities a little bit. But I figured the grandparents would keep it relatively simple, few decorations, probably too young for the age that the children really are. I feel like that's kind of common for grandparents, no shade, but that's just my opinion. And I do give them rather simple lighting throughout the house. Sort of the, again, older looking lights, the ones that are clunkier, hanging down from the ceiling, and even the wallpapers. I definitely went with the grandparent taste. Like, I don't know, wallpaper isn't really a thing anymore, but I do use that throughout the house. Both bedrooms end up having wallpaper, and the main living area does as well. The bathrooms in the kitchen do not. They have like a stucco and tile combination, but I figured wallpaper is something that you've always seen in grandparents' houses, at least for my own grandparents, until they moved into more modern buildings. Like their houses always had wallpaper. And I thought these pictures were kind of cute. Maybe it was the grandfather and grandmother when they were younger, like maybe on their wedding day. I just thought that was a nice little touch. And I didn't really clutter up too much in this build. Um, there's really not much clutter anyhow in the base game, but I kept it really simple anyhow. I figured that the grandparents are probably, you know, simple people anyhow. They're both retired, like they just spend their time at home doing little outdoor things like the gardening, and then you see I add like a chess table and some stuff later on, but I figured they weren't really into like hobbies or collectibles or anything like that, so I did keep it relatively simple. And now we're on to the kitchen, and again, this house is older style. Oh yeah, I had to go around and raise all the windows up one layer because of the countertops. I hate when the windows are too low for that. So, like I switched the whole house just for that. But anyhow, the style of this kitchen, I did keep it sort of that more confined kitchen feel. When I was younger, I lived with my grandfather for a while, and this was definitely the layout of his kitchen. Like, just really tight, really compact, the darker wood again. So I really kept that feel because I felt like it just matched the people living in this house. Um, but yeah, again, I don't clutter up the kitchen at all. I think I add a what is that called? The knife block, cutting block, the thing that holds the knives. I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about. I had that and then like a little vase to hold the like cooking utensils, but that's really it. I did put a full dining room table here to hold all four sons that live in this house. Even though it's a tiny area, I figured that that would be important to them. Like maybe they would have dinner there or breakfast there every morning as a whole family, and I just really liked that. So, yeah, I did not include the recording of me doing the walls in the kitchen because I just figured that was boring. And the lighting's a little funky in this room, but it is wallpaper that has very faint flowers on it. I don't know if you can even tell in the recording, but it's there, I swear. And yeah, here I just add some plants because, like I said, one of the grandparents definitely does do a little bit of gardening, so I figured those were maybe plants that they grew. And just kept a really simple area, bookshelf, seating area for the TV, with that older style furniture, the chess table, the easel, and then that's pretty much it for this house. Like I said, very simple, very short. Again, all base games, so anyone that has The Sims 4 can use this. And it is up on the gallery under my name, which is AriaRogue. And here are some screenshots. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would very much appreciate you hitting that subscribe button, turning the notifications on, hitting the like, leave a comment, all that fun stuff. And I will see you all next time. Bye!